First reason is Docker containers help you to create a dev environment rapidly. So what does this mean? This just means that when you are working with some project, something like maybe React based project with the Node.js as backend, then that time you need to have Node.js installed on your system. All right, let's say that you are going to install Node.js version 19. And now the thing is, if you want to quickly change to another project and install maybe Node.js 16 for making it work, that time it's very tough for you to like again install Node.js 18 or maybe 17, 16 and use these both project at same time. That's really tough situation if you are just trying to install things by yourself. Maybe some tools like nvm, it's still tough to make them work at same time together. So this is when Docker helps you a lot. In Docker container, you can make sure that Node.js 18 is installed on one project, and in another project, if you want to use maybe Node.js 14, still you can make it work on Node.js 14, and you can run these two projects at same time because both of these projects will be running as a container. So that's why it won't conflict with each other, and both will run independently on their own port, and both will work fine. Second reason is it helps you to work with multiple operating system. So nowadays, most of the tools work fine in Windows as well as Linux or maybe Mac OS. But if there are some situation where you can't run certain things in maybe like Windows or maybe in Linux, that time containerizing your project is going to make sure that it is going to run in Windows, Mac OS as well as Linux. This will have lots of benefit if your team member is using operating system which you are not using. For example, if you are using Windows, then your team member might be having Mac OS. They'll be running project in their own Mac OS system. That time, if you both use Docker, then there won't be any kind of difference in terms of development because both will be using Docker, and whatever the project which you are building, it is going to be ran on container. And when something is ran on container, it will run same on Windows as well as Linux also. So that's really added benefit of using Docker containers, that when you are collaborating with your friends and if they are having different settings and different operating system, till your application will run same. Third reason is scaling Dockerized application is much easier. For example, there is some concept called as container orchestration. This helps you to scale your container in how much ever instances you want to make them run on. For example, your Dockerized container can run on your local development machine. Now, if you want to release it to maybe 100 different servers at same time, containerized application can be ran on something like Kubernetes, and it can be made sure that it is running on multiple servers. Every single one of them will run same containerized program, whatever you have made. So this is very useful if you want to scale something. And previously, if you wanted to scale your normal monolithic application, that time you had to literally install again and again on multiple systems. And if something goes wrong, then you have to manually go there and fix it. But with Docker as well as Kubernetes, it's very easy to fix this problem, and you'll get all the details of what container is running on what node, that is what machine, and you can do all those fun kind of stuffs like load balancing and all. It's built into Kubernetes, so that's why it's easy for you to use Kubernetes whenever you are using Docker or some kind of containerized platform. Fourth reason is many complex application can be shipped using Docker. I'll give you one example. If you are ever into self-hosting some things, then you might have heard about NEXTCLOUD. NEXTCLOUD is like something like Google's product, that is Google Drive and all their suites, and Microsoft also have something like OneDrive and all. NEXTCLOUD lets you to do same thing but with your own server, and you will get all the login and other functionalities like Google Drive, even writing documents and saving your images, uploading them as a backup. All these features are available in NEXTCLOUD. So previously, in order to install NEXTCLOUD, you had to do lots of setup. For example, you had to install MySQL DB or whatever the DB they were using back then, and you had to install maybe PHP and all the other things which is required by NEXTCLOUD. I am not sure like what and all they were using, but at the moment what you can do is you can literally install Dockerized version of NEXTCLOUD, and with one simple command that Nextcloud will be set up, and you just have to use it in your local self-hosted environment. So it's very easy to like ship and release one complex application using Docker, and you just have to make sure it is containerized and image will be ready. And once that's ready, you can release it how much ever time you want, and you can release how much ever complex application you want with a simple command or some simple lines of code. So that's really amazing for shipping complex applications. And fifth and the final point would be it is production ready, meaning whatever the code you are running in your local environment, same thing can be shipped to the cloud. And when you shipped it to the cloud and when it's production ready, you can literally release it immediately. You don't have to like think like, okay, I'm doing it for production and I have to do lots of different settings in production level environment. Nothing like that. If you are using Docker in your local system, same way you'll be using Docker in the production level environment, and you just have to release it online using same containerized commands and all. So that's really amazing if you are somebody like a DevOps, because you can literally make sure everything is containerized, and you can create pipeline so that it goes to dev environment and testing, and it can go to beta. Then when it's ready, it can be gone to production level environment, and it's scalable also. So that's really amazing benefit of using Docker. So that's it for this video, guys, and hopefully you'll try to learn Docker very soon. If you want to learn Docker, here is the series which I have made so that you can learn it. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.